Cincinnati Bengals. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
A nice little gift there to start the ball game as they will begin things at the 40-yard line.
Gun. Stop.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And some room to maneuver. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Here we go.
Back to Mixon on first down.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It was Jadeveon Clowney who got upfield for the stop.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here we go.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
11.
They go play action with Burrow.
Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off.
It's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
And he's got room. The 20. 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
Here we go.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Mixon will try the right side.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Well, this defense for the Browns, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
On 4th down, Drew Chrisman on to punt.
Back deep, Jakeem Grant. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Returnable here from the 38. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Catch number 44 of on the year. It's a 1st down. Here's Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. Touchdown! David Njoku with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Browns lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
11.
They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Here's Burrow. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, week 8 to be exact. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Myles Garrett, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Try to lay one up deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
4th down, out comes the punter, Drew Chrisman.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Watson.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Steps away to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here, going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
But there is a certainty in this game. We know that wherever he goes, he's going to draw a big-time crowd.
Throws into double coverage there, and look, that's something that he's going to have to deal with a lot in this game, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away with that one where it just fell incomplete, but they're going to count on him to uncover latent routes and make some difficult catches.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Well, the get man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
11 Thomas.
Again, it's Mixon, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out, had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
11, 11, 11, 11.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Burrow. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Browns are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Room here to run. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A first down and then some. 36 yards. They run right side with Hunt. He'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Watson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Here's Watson. And that will be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
York able to send this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Mixon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now.
Gun.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. And that is incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put it 5 in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now it's Watson. And that is incomplete. And the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. The Browns send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here's Williams to return. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return, and the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
Here we go. Here we go.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. He gets this in the hands of Mixon, and he is out of bounds inside the 35. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Here we go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Stop.
A handoff, running left, Mixon. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Joe Mixon
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Bengals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead to 17-7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On first down, it's Watson.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left. He tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Throwing on third down, Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Well, he had to wait until December, but congrats to the rookie, his first INT.
Yeah, he's been a reliable contributor for this defense throughout the season. Definitely got a bright future and has gotten even brighter after making that play.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Watson.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Hunt will try going up the middle. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Watson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Absolutely a golden opportunity missed there to add to their lead and really cap off an impressive drive because they've got the advantage and plenty of time to add to it. But on the flip side, plenty of time for an opposing comeback as well. So when you have the chance to distance yourself from the opposition so early, partner, you know you don't want to let it slip away.
And not much room there, so get it up only to about the 21. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. That one taken in by T. Higgins.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
They come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play.
Here we go.
But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown Bengals. T. Higgins, 37 yards. And the Bengals get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started.
And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the 50, it's Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Going to throw right side here, complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
From the 16, Watson. And this is going to be intercepted.
Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it, and the Bengals grab it. And just shutting him off there. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. So we thought maybe they would have a chance to extend this lead on the opening drive of the second half. Instead, they cough it up.
Obviously not an ideal start when you're trying to get a little separation, and I can guarantee that they talked about that in the locker room. Let's get out there, start this quarter the right way. Let's try and put some points on the board and create some space.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Jordan Davis, just a monster on that play, stopping it from going anywhere. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep. And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 3rd down, Burrow. And they try to set up the screen, but that almost disaster as it falls incomplete. Very nearly a turnover, but it's 4th down. McPherson's kick is good, and that will tie things at 17-all. So the fumble recovery hadn't set up an ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Bengals are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
11 MP, take.
Mixing up the middle. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson. That goes out wide to Murray. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Watson. Got a man, it's Schwartz, complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop it.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted. Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 12-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by Schwartz. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
So, CD, maybe put a pin in that one as this game progresses. It's a field goal that gets them the lead here in the third, but, boy, you hate settling for 3 when you're that close to the goal line.
Well, it certainly pains me to say it, but I do think it was the right call. Now, if they lose, you and I both know that'd be one of the things that gets second-guessed. Why didn't you go for it on 4th and goal? I know the mindset was take the points, get the lead. And, by the way, if they went for it and got stuffed, they'd second-guess that, too.
So it's a quarter that saw these two teams trade field goals here as we've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Here we go.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
11.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it, and he fires one incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
They go play action with Burrow. To Mixon on the check down. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Now Burrow on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop him.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
It's caught inside the 25. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Tackle there by big Jordan Davis.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's a throw out line complete to his running back right side. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. Taking it right down Broadway. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Browns take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. So they had the chance to tie it, but a huge turn of events here as now this becomes a 2-score game the other way.
And how about the awareness defensively? Because it's one thing to block it. It's absolutely another to locate it, scoop it, and take it the other way. Just an incredible job right there.
The York on now for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Browns 27, Bengals 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a two-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown. Jamar Chase with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Bengals have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The 40. Jakeem Grant. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big-time special teams play here in the fourth quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time, that extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
I don't have any analytics friends. Those are your friends.
I'll claim them.
Here we go, here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Offense running back out here, and you remember last drive was pretty quick, about 10 seconds, Charles. One play, very long pass play that ended in the end zone.
And you know every offensive unit, when that happens, they want to come running back out and recreate it. We know the chances of that are slim because now the defense is on high alert. But at the same time, that confidence should carry over into the start of their next drive.
He will find his man Chase complete. Burrow on play action. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns will take over here just shy of the 30. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Back to throw, Watson. Under pressure, they got him again. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, He stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
11 MP.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
Here we go.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. McPherson's kick is good. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3 from a starting field position like that. 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball to the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. From the 10. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Throwing now, Watson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 9 yards that time. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A give right side now to Hunt. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. 98 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Burrow.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover.